Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Tom's Gadget Garage. Today I am out here with the Ausom DT2 Pro dual motor electric scooter at what is the steepest publicly accessible paved road in the Phoenix metro area. And so what we're going to do today is see if this scooter has what it takes to make it up an over 23% grade. Now, if and when we do make it to the top, we'll have ample opportunity to test out the hydraulic brakes because on the way down is nearly as steep as the way up. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get geared up and we're going to head on up the mountain. All right, folks, so we are making our way up the mountain right now. I am cruising around in race mode, which is the highest speed mode on this scooter. And we also have our starting strength set to 4 out of 5. That's basically going to be our torque strength. 5 being the highest level, 1 being the lowest level. So 4 out of 5 should give us really good performance. One thing to mention is that, levels, 3, 4, and 5 are quite twitchy on this scooter, so just be aware of that. I personally like riding around in level 2. Looks like we got a lot of gravel on the road here today. Hopefully this doesn't impact us too much. We've had some pretty epic storms, had a huge dust storm roll through. I posted a short form video on that. That was pretty wild. Anyways, we are cruising our way up. It is a continuous incline from this point out. And as soon as we see the sign that says, windy roads ahead, that's when we know we're getting into the steep stuff. And like I mentioned, the steepest section over 23% grade. So coming through here, pretty simple and straightforward. Throttles all the way in this section. We're going to watch out for the gravel. All right, there's our sign. Sharp curves ahead. This is going to be going into the steepest section here. So we're in race mode, throttles all the way in. We're making our way up right now. Steep turn. Here we go. It is so rare to see cars out here. That's actually surprising. Throttles all the way in, folks. 23% grade. We are making it right up. Gotta watch out for that gravel patch. And there we go, 52 volt dual motor scooter. Made it up a 23% grade. No problem at all whatsoever, folks. All right, so there's our Ausom DT2 Pro, another value pack scooter from Ausom. I've tested a bunch of their scooters at this point, the Ausom Gallop, the Ausom Leopard, the L2 Max dual motor, the DT1 Pro, the L1, and now the DT2 Pro. So I think this is my 6th Ausom scooter. And it made it up here, no problem at all. As you can see, we got that windy road, comes all the way up here. That's what we just came up without any issues. And if we needed it, we still have levels 5 out of 5 to use. I just didn't use that right now because it is very hot. It's like 107 degrees Fahrenheit right now, something crazy like that. But anyways, this scooter, super capable if you're going to be riding around, hills, steep inclines, the whole 9 yards. All right, so as I mentioned, once we get to the top, which we officially did, we're going to go ahead and ride back down the mountain, which will give us ample opportunity to test out the hydraulic brakes on this scooter. So it does have disc brakes both in the front and the rear. It's also got electronic regenerative braking, or I should say electronic braking, in the front and rear motors. The reason why I don't say regenerative braking is that when you release the throttle, it doesn't kick those in. Those are only actuated with these brakes. So we're coming down right now. It will get a lot steeper a little bit later, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of pulse on these brakes. That way we don't overheat our discs and glaze them over, which would mess us up for our later tests. I will be doing our endurance hill climb, which is going to take us up Phoenix's South Mountain. That's over 17 miles of windy mountain roads, which will be a great opportunity to test this out in really an extreme environment, especially in this desert heat. But so far, brake strength is solid. As you can see, there are a lot of rocks in the road. This scooter does have dual suspension. It's got coil springs up front and the rear with rubber damping. That way you have a nice quiet suspension, which is exactly what we see on the Ausom L2 Max dual motor as well as the L1. So happy to see them carry that same kind of suspension set up onto this scooter. Really quite nice, especially for a scooter at this price point. I think as of right now, it's like $1,199. Anyways, we're coming through here. If you do want to increase the strength of the electronic braking, you can absolutely do that on screen. And so You can go into the P settings menu and dial that up once again from 1 to 5. 5 being the strongest level, 1 being the weakest level of electronic braking. All right, steep turn here. And we're coming through just fine. One of the things I like about this scooter is, you know, you can basically manage all the settings directly in the P settings menu. There's no need for an app or anything like that, so I know that's an important factor for a lot of folks. Here's our brakes coming to a stop, and they're not even pulled in all the way. So really good braking power. So plenty of power to make it up the mountain and solid braking power to make it back down. Anyways, that was our extreme hill climb test. This scooter did a phenomenal job. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, and if you do want to pick up one of these scooters, I will include an affiliate link in the description as well as any available coupons. And if you use that to make your purchase, it absolutely helps support this channel and keeps the wheels moving on future reviews. As always, thank you so much for tuning into Tom's Gadget Garage. We'll see you next time.